Check, check. All right, how about now? Can you hear me now? Is this working now? I'm gonna wait for somebody in chat to confirm that they can hear me. I guess I should have asked that first. Although, how would you have heard me ask? You know? Yay, sound. Okay. So what happened there is OBS defaulted to a different input thing, and I had to tell it to find my beautiful Blue Yeti, which is right here. But I think we got that fixed. So as I was saying, we're celebrating the release of the Brothers War, and we're gonna do some drafts. Nicole is hanging out in the chat, and I'm excited to just kind of dive into it. I don't know this set very well. I did the pre-release, but that's sealed, and that's a little different. And we did the early access event, but for that, it was a free, fully stocked account, and we just kind of did some silly, goofy stuff just because we could. And this time we're gonna try to do better. I think we went 3-3 on that early access event, but today we're hoping to score some more gems. So I got some draft tokens. I'm gonna cash in one of those, and we are off to the races here. Look at that, instantly filled. Anyway, as I was saying, thanks everybody for being here. It's been a tough week, and then, you know, throw in some mic trouble on top of that, and you get it. You get what I'm saying. All right, our rare Perennial Behemoth, a 5-mana 2/7 with Crucible of Worlds attached to it. Not bad. Our old frame, and every pack is going to have an old frame card, is the Well of Lost Dreams, which cares about life gain. And this is all timed, so I don't really have time to read every single one of these cards. We're just going to have to kind of go quick. I mean, a 5-mana 2/7 seems like okay. I like the Prowler. He's been doing some work for me. I remember liking him a lot. Usually I try to find either a good creature or good removal spell or something in my first couple of picks. I don't see any great creatures here. I mean, nothing with more than 2 power. So I think we're taking the colorless. I know this has a unearth that is double green, but even if we're not in green, this is still like fine, right? Like, I'm okay with this. And it doesn't really commit us to a color. Normally in draft, I like to be in like green black. That's kind of my favorite spot to be. You get the best creatures, you get the best removal, and you can kind of go off. But ooh, we have another rare passed to us. This one's got more than 2 power, and when it attacks, the defending player mills half of their library. That seems pretty good. Could we do like blue green, maybe make that work? I think blue is pretty good in this set, although here's disfigure, removal. I do like that a lot. It's either disfigure or a mind breaker. Oh man, dude, like one attack with this is like so good. But removal is removal. What do we do, gang? What do we do? What do we take here? I don't even know. I mean, it's the first draft of a new set. We gotta take good stuff. Like, all right, let's do it. We're going all in. We're making giant robots. We're gonna try to bash them and mill them out. That's our new plan after just 2 cards. Audacity, get Trample. That's a really good card. That's like spiritual successor of Rancor. And I'm one person in chat. Removal. Well, I already missed. I think Explosion's pretty good. Let's see. Do we have any? Oh, our old frame is the Ivory Tower. All right, so we're gonna need like Power Stones. We're gonna need some ramp. We're gonna need to find some more stuff. But Audacity is also really good, right? I think we take Audacity here. First rule of draft: steal all the rares, right? Because then, like, you win. Even if you lose, you at least walked away with some rares. Like, why not? You're not going to be hungry for powerful creatures in the set. It's loaded with good, strong stuff in all colors. That has not been my experience, but again, I have very little time on cards with this set. I was studying for the set recap story videos, and I was looking at the cards in terms of what stories they were telling, not which of these are good for draft. I feel like Excavation is damage and a Power Stone. Ooh, you're right. I missed that. I feel like this set is designed for like Commander first. And like, I don't know, Standard like last. All right, the Baloth is pretty good. 4 mana, 4/4, gain some life. I kind of like that. Power suit, no. Sentence. I mean, removal is good. None of this is really removal. None of it's really ramp. So I think we're just gonna hide behind a Baloth here and use that to buy us some time. It's pretty solid. Yeah, Sultai, Simic. I think that's where we're going. All right, we have a mythic old frame Aetherflux Reservoir. Whenever you cast a spell, gain a life for each spell you've cast. Eee. Frontliner kind of weak. Look at their hand. I feel like there are so few good creatures in this set. Like, we got a 3/1, a 1/1, a 2/4 for 5. Dig Site is pretty good. I like that, but I don't know if that's like pickable here. Like, I don't know. It seems like red is a little more open. Mine Worker. I guess we're taking a Reservoir just for giggles, but I don't love any of the cards in that pack. Okay, so I'm seeing some more blue. I think the Rock is really good. I remember that being good from the early access event. 4 mana, 3/3, Flying Flash, makes a Power Stone. That I like quite a bit. Probably don't want too many of those. They are expensive. The black spell's good. Can kill a creature and bring yours back. All right, well, we'll see. All right. Depth Charge Colossus. That's our big blue robot. Black. Battlefield Butcher is good. Doesn't quite fit with what we're doing. The rest of these are not good. This is a 6 mana 5/5 with Trample. Or a 6 mana 6/6 that doesn't untap. I think we want... Nah, we're doing big robots. The whole set is just big robots, right? We gotta do big robots. Okay. Involuntary cooldown. Tap some stuff. Put stun counters on them. Recommish. Supply drop. Or the patrol. We need some lower curve stuff. A 3 mana 3/3 is not ideal, but playable. Reservoir Mill Lord. The Well of Lost Dream. Is this are we back to our first pack again? No. Is there 2 of these going around the table? Yeesh. All right, Claws, no. Reunion, no. Giant Growth. Prowler. Okay, this guy's great. Helps us find lands. Can fix colors. Perfect. All right, and then, so in the pre-release, I got wrecked by this Sprite because it can't be blocked by artifact creatures, and like every good creature in this is artifacts, and my opponent just grew this thing with Power Stones and then hit me with like an 8/8. So I think we will try that. Other contender would be this Golem here. Golem? But I'm going to try the Sprite. Get the Well and go life gain. You guys are trying to pull me in every different possible direction. All right, during the beginning of your upkeep, gain X life. Where X is the number of cards in your hand -4. All right, that's actually okay. And it's only 1 mana. And we kind of have a slower deck, so maybe we'll try that. I mean, I certainly like it better than just about anything else in this pack. Thran Power Suit again. Urza's Rebuff, counter a spell. Another Perimeter Patrol. Oof. All right, well, creatures win. Creatures win games. Takashi's Dig Site is good. Yeah, you're right. It's certainly better than Fog of War. Don't try to auto-pick that. Gain 1 life for each creature on the battlefield. Prevent all combat damage. It would be dealt by little guys. No, we'll take the Drum. And then sideboard that. All right, pack 2. We have Liberator, Urza's Battlethopter. I think that's actually all right. We could get a blue-green guy. Battery Bearer. Creatures you control have tap, add colorless. Turns everybody into a Power Stone. And whenever you cast an artifact spell with mana value 6 or greater, draw a card. Ooh. Is that better than the Battlethopter? Flash Flying. You may cast colorless spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. I mean, that does a lot. And this thing keeps growing. And it's a rare. And this might come back around if nobody else is in blue-green. Do it. Liberator is nuts. Liberator's fine. Okay. Liberator it is. Let's liberate some wins. Remember that time my microphone wasn't working? Gold cards are good. I know. Man, hopefully it comes back around. Stone Brain. I don't think that really works for us. Some gold cards, not what we're doing. Rebuff, I don't love. Tower Worker. Mine Worker. You got 2 out of the 3 right there. Guy's Gift is probably one of my favorite combat tricks. I don't like to take combat tricks too highly. I don't think we want a lot of self-mill. So do I want the trick or do I want a worker? I think I like the worker. A little bit of a extra ramp there. Some reach to stop some flyers if we need it. Journeyer's Kite. 3 and tap. Search your library for basic land. Put it into your hand. No. Okay, so if we're looking at just green blues, we got a bushwhack. Search for a land or fight something. That's pretty good. We don't really have a lot of removal going. Alternatively, the Rust Goliath, reach and trample. And you can make it a 5 mana 3/5 or a 10 mana 10/10. I kind of like that. All right, let's do Goliath. Can never have too many robots, right? Can never have too many robots. All right. Another sprite. Subjugation. Just like, this is removal. It's an aura. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay 3. If you do, tap something. Otherwise, it just doesn't untap. I think that's all right, actually. I like it. We need some way to, like, shut down their best cards, right? All right. Shoot down. Exile an artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. So again, this is kind of like an expensive murder against most of the cards that I'm scared of. Get to kill their big robot. Flask is a no. Mask of the Jade Crafter. If we had some more power stones and stuff, this can make 2 really big bodies. But I kind of want the removal option here, so we're going to take that. Sprite. Yeah, I already got one sprite. Shoot down is legit amazing. I think I agree. Here's a spider. Nicole, you love these guys. Reach, death touch. When it dies, we get something out of the graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. So that kind of can deny an unearth on our opponent's side, or get our best dead thing back into our deck if we want it. I think I'm happy with that. 4 mana is a bit much. I mean, our curve is getting up there. Okay. So we can turn an artifact into a 4/4 for 4. Ugh. Stun some stuff. We can just get a big beastie guy that mills ourselves for 4. I don't love that. I think this is where we grab a gift. It's a nice trick to have in our pocket. Artifact removal. Never be too pricey. I mean, I think there is an upper limit to what I would pay. We already took 1 depth charge Colossus. I don't think I need 2. Oh, do we go all in on the mill plan? I mean, why not, right? How bad can it be to mill your opponent when Unearth is in the set? All right, another tower worker. The courier, I kind of like this guy. He reminds me of, there was a courier in Kaladesh that was quite similar. Okay, I don't know if I need a second gift. Ornithopter, a rebuff. Well, again, I don't know if that's really gonna go into the deck. We'll just grab that though for an option. And man, is it worth running an off-color prototype, like just a 7 mana 6/4 with haste, or we'll grab another gift. I won with mill at my first pre-release, so we can do it. It's possible. It's possible. All right, last couple of cards here. I guess we're grabbing a harvest. Bomat Courier, that's the name. Yes, yes. Bomat Courier. I don't think Combat Courier is quite in the same tier. But it's the same little like delivery robot guy, and it's like a 1-1 for 1 and involves drawing cards. All right, who is hung up on their last pick? What is going on here? Ooh, okay. Guess we're getting another dig site. Whoa. Gotta get the hood going the right way. Can't win games with an inside-out hood. Okay, now what is happening? Your moon. Oh, look, another wasteful harvest. Yay. Okay, ooh, all right. We have an Urza's Command. Creatures you don't control get tiny, create Power Stone, create a construct, scry, draw. Like, all those modes are good and useful and fit with what we want to do. I think we're just windmill slam on that. And then a gold, blue, white. Iron Claw Crusher can prototype itself as a 2/5. That might be good. I think that's better than anything else I really see here. At least they put wasteful in the name. Come on. Desync. That's really expensive removal. I kind of like another Baloth here. Gaining life is all right. Or the self-assembler. I don't know. I feel like our curve is already kind of top heavy with the behemoths, so. And again, so my general strategy when drafting, especially a set that I've not done a lot, I try to just get those core creatures, man. The 4-mana 4/4s, 2-mana 2/2s, and just kind of keep putting bodies on the board. I don't rely too much on combat tricks. I don't rely too much on assembling combos or whatever. We might steal some wins with mill. I have no idea. But yeah, gaining some life and then just kind of sitting behind a millstone and making it hard for our opponent to do anything, like, that's certainly a strategy. Is it a good one? I don't know. Will it make for some interesting stories? Oh yes. All right. So people are slowing down, starting to read their cards a little more carefully, looking for those last couple pieces. Arcane Proxy, a mythic with an interesting ability. Oof. I don't know if we really have anything that triggers off of this guy, but I kind of just want it anyway. Let me exile an instant or sorcery with mana value less than or equal to its power. So do we have any 1-mana instants or sorceries? Or 2-mana instants or sorceries? I guess. I think I still just want that for my collection, and maybe we will find something else. Are there any board wipes in this set? There's like the red one, I think, that does like 3 damage to everything, but I don't think there's like a straight up destroy all creatures. Do I want the Mind Worker? It's pretty little. I think the Boulder Golem's probably better. Rebuy the command if you hardcast it. Yeah, it's true. That's right, because it does have the upper Ashnod's Altar. Pretty sweet. I don't think we have enough stuff to sack. Third Path Iconoclast. Whenever you draw your second card, do we have a lot of ways to draw extra cards? We kind of don't. This dude just makes a Power Stone. Man. Again, not a great path. Do we just take the rare just to take a rare? Nope, too late. Okay, this is the one I like. The Opportunist. She does make a Power Stone, and she's got 3 power for 3 mana. Sounds good. Probably better than Curate. Or is a Silex as a board? Well, that's true. That's also, is that Mythic? I don't know how many of those you're going to actually see, but you're right. Okay, we can give somebody flying, grab another rock. I kind of like the rocks. I know I said I don't want too many of them, but... Could do another Prowler. Stern Lesson. Draw 2, then discard a card, create a Power Stone. And it's an instant. Okay. Well, we'll take a Stern Lesson. Hopefully we get to teach it to our opponent rather than learn it ourselves. All right, so it feels like we're kind of a slower, more defensive deck. Is Fog of War good? I don't know if that's going to make the cut, but we'll take it. Another Courier, though, I'm happy to run. Would love a like a green fight spell or something like that, but we're getting down into the dregs here. Some early game presence, some ramp. We're just gonna have to hold the line and then surprise our opponent with our, where is it? Where's our, yeah, mind breaker. All right, door to nothingness. Don't auto select that. 3 mana 4/2, 3 mana 3/3. Well, I don't think either of those are getting played. Or a 5 mana 2/4 flying. And a giant growth. And the last card is red. Okay. Well. Welp, gang. Thanks for being here for my first attempt at drafting Brothers War. I don't know if our plan is good. I don't know if our deck is gonna do anything. We have 56 cards in here. We have to get rid of a lot. Feels like we drafted a lot of stuff. Obviously. All right, Springleaf Drum. Tap an untapped creature you control. Make a mana. I mean, if we had like tokens or more little dudes, fine, but I don't think we need that. The Ivory Tower plan. I mean, I don't think we need this. We're not really holding a lot of cards in reserve. We're kind of just going to be playing out to the board a lot, so we'll get that. Giant Growth is like okay, but I'd rather just use the gift, even though it's more expensive. Cut the Drake, too slow. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I like having a flyer up there just for blocking purposes, but... Alright, do we want 2 couriers? Well, maybe. Subjugation is like pretty much our only removal. Audacity is good. Growth, take it or leave it. I'm gonna cut it for now, but we might put that back in. The Sprite I like. Prowler I like. Gift I like. Millstone, I mean, that's why we're here. Stern Lesson, okay. Opportunist I like. This guy, not so much. Pretty fragile-y. The Fog, I almost never like Fogs. I don't think we need 2 of this guy. Mill 5, you may put a permanent from cards among the cards milled this way to your hand. So look at your top 5 and pick any one permanent. I mean, certainly don't want 2. I don't know if I even want one of those. Battlethopter, yes. Tower Worker, this seems okay. Command is good. Spider is okay. Shoot down, yes. Tinkering, put 2 1/1 counters on target artifact, creature, or land, untap it, and it becomes a creature. So 4 mana to get just 2 counters. I don't love. Would much rather just play the Baloths. Reservoir, oh, that was our life gain plan. I don't know about this one. Excuse me a second, I feel a sneeze coming out. All right, so Reservoir, excuse me, is 4 mana, do nothing the turn you play it. So that's a maybe. Retrieval Unit, 4 mana, 2/3 is pretty weak. And we got the Baloths and stuff. The Rocks I like. The Behemoth I like. We still gotta get rid of 6 cards. Good value pick, don't know if it helps your deck. Don't know about the Reservoir. Yeah, it's... Cut the Depth Charge Colossus. Are you kidding me? It's Gypsy Danger. All right, yeah, I don't know about Reservoir. I don't think we have enough cheap stuff to like multi-spell. Proxy is like cool, but probably not great. Mindbreaker, yes. Golem, sure. Crusher, I don't really like a whole lot. Colossus, I mean, he's got Vigilance, right? You can attack and then pay 3 to get him untapped. And he wears Audacity pretty well. But maybe he is too much on our top end. Maybe we need to flatten our curve a little bit here. All right, so we can have Yeah, all right. You convinced me. We'll get rid of Colossus, even though he's one of the best X-Men. We'll keep Goliath. We'll keep the Golem. Do we want this arcane proxy dude? Do we have enough other instants and sorceries to even make him worth using? Right now, we pretty much just have the gift. And if we get him at 7 mana, his full price, then we can get back command. We really only have two instants or sorceries. So as much as I like him, I don't think we play him. Most likely 6 mana for a 6/6. Crusher is amazing. Cut the Colossus, yep. And Reservoir unplayable. I'm in agreement. So far we are on the same page. 2 to go. Probably don't need 2 couriers. 1 left to cut, and I said Wasteful Harvest was probably going to be it. Oh, I guess that was another instant. But now we don't have it anymore. Okay. Here is where we're at. 40 cards. We've got some big boys at the top. We've got our Milgazord. We've got a Millstone. We're just going to kind of bunker down behind our Battlethopter and our Spider and our Baloths and drag the game out. We don't really have a ton of removal. We don't really have too many evasive things. I guess we got two flyers. That's fine. All right. All we have left to do is look at our cosmetics. We need a good card sleeve here. Look how many sleeves I have loading in. What do we got? Do I have any Brothers War sleeves yet? I've got a few. Got this one. Got the Gix. Got all these free Blood Bowl sleeves that I'm never going to use. We can do the 5-color Dominarias. The Vorthos sleeve seems pretty appropriate. If you're playing against Magic Arcanum, I mean, you gotta respect the Vorthos, right? Yeah, we'll take her. That's fine. That also doesn't betray what our deck does. And I think I've got matching. Haha, there she is. And then our pet, we need a... I think I got the robot. Yeah, let's go. Milgazord. Love it, love it. Ooh, and lands. Gotta have the correct... Do we want both of the dig sites? Probably don't need 2 dig sites, right? We got... Feels like way more green than blue. So, let's see. What's a good forest? Yeah, I guess we're still on Dominaria. We can use stained glass. All right, so we're going to take... Let's go 8 of those. And then let's see, if I cut a dig site, do I go up 1 more island? Or 1 more forest, rather, because we have so many more cheap green stuff. 16, 17 lands. Okay. I am happy with this. Place your bets. Are we... It's free card advantage on a land. Might as well keep it. Keep both dig sites. You guys want 2 dig sites. Oops. Let's go to 0 dig sites, Ryan. Okay. We'll go back to both. But if I get color hosed somewhere in here, I know who to blame. All right, Milgazord online. First draft of Brothers War. Are we winning? Are we losing? Are we 0-3 drop, concede? I don't know. Cut dig sites to go for another island. Interesting. I feel like the green was the heavier weight there, but I don't know. I do not claim to be a good drafter. Not even a good streamer. Pretty bare bones here. I don't have any of the fancy pop-ups. I don't have the chat window showing. I almost didn't have a working microphone this time, but hey, we're here. We're doing it. All right, we got some cheap stuff. I am happy here. This seems playable hand. Don't know how we win with it, but it's a playable start. 7-0. That is quite the shot to call. I've done plenty of 7-0 draft. myself. Alright, opponent opened with Phalanx Vanguard, a 2-mana 2/2 with Vigilance, and it loves to see artifacts come into play. Okay. So we are going to drop our Prowler. So this guy, he's going to mill 3, and then we can put this land into our hand, which I think we're going to do. If we don't take the land, he becomes a 2/2. But we're gonna need that because we got big stuff we want to play. So, all right, opponent on blue-white soldiers, quite clearly. We are not chump blocking yet. Green is heavier, but if you get blue spells and no islands, you're dead in the water. I mean, if I get green spells and no forest, I'm equally dead, am I not? All right. So we will answer their Burnished Heart with our Opportunist, who makes us a Power Stone. Okay. Possibly we were supposed to do the Liberator, just get that out as soon as possible. But I don't know. Next turn land, Battle Flapper. Yeah, you want to get this guy down early because he grows the more expensive stuff you play after him. Plus he flies, so we can start chipping in for damage. All right. Oh, opponent doesn't even let us block. Okay, that felt really aggressive that they would just tap our guys down for 4 damage, but you do you, opponent. And so this guy's got flash, so we can hold on that. I think that's what we're gonna do. I am gonna not attack here. We're gonna pretend we're very scared. My draft had a Phyrexian processor. Oof. The card's insane. Alright. So they are using their Lorn to blow up our Power Stone. So we will get value out of it before it blows up, and they're gonna wish they had saved her to deal with this Liberator. Is this the Mustache Draft? Kinda. I feel like Mustache Draft, you have to take Story Spotlight cards, right? Like, it should be a stipulation draft. We should, like, try to make a Story Spotlight deck. We did not do that here. But maybe we'll save that for a future challenge. Alright, so this guy lets us cast our colorless and artifact stuff with flash. But it also says whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana cast is greater than its power. So you kind of want to sequence stuff correctly here. I think we're just going to run Baloth out. Get a counter. Get some life. Get in the air. Okay, okay. Rock also has flash. Yep. Yeah, I guess that's true, but I wanted to do a 4 then a 5, although I guess they're both bigger than his power rating, so it won't super matter. Okay, they have the Third Path Savant, 3 mana 2/3 that they can dump a ton of mana into, and they've got a ton of mana, but they're down to just 1 card in hand. But then this guy's going to draw them 2. And even if we find like our 1 removal spell, it just taps him, it doesn't shut off abilities, so they'll be able to just draw 2 cards a turn for the rest of the game. Great. 4, 5, 6. Okay. So, man, I know these guys have flash, but I like getting the counters on to buff this guy up. That's kind of an awkward tension. But I also want the Power Stone because that lets us get our Mindbreaker sooner rather than later. Man, I think we just apply pressure here, right? Fun is all that matters. Got the most votes, 48%. Yeah, so the rock for sure. It's just a question of should I have kept it back and played it flash. I opted to get the trigger and get extra damage in. Ah, they used Lorn for us to both draw. So we picked up the command, but we don't have an island. Oh my gosh, we don't have a second island. Look at me, how embarrassing. Gotta have those islands. Alright, opponent's down to just 8. We've got at least 6 in the air, really 7, because we're going to play something, and they're already giving us the good game. Do they have a trick for a single blue? I mean, there's the unsummon spell, right? Are they gonna bounce our Liberator here? Let's see if they can survive. Opponent has more lands. I mean, they do have a ton of lands and 3 cards in hand, and their deck is still at 30 cards? How do they still have so many cards in their deck? Did they start with more than 40? They must have. Oh my gosh, the mill plan was never going to work. Our opponent playing 60 card limited and somehow is fighting all of their lands and doing just fine. Opponent has more lands. They also seem to just have more cards. I guess. Right? They got 28 in the deck, 4 in the graveyard, and 10 lands in play already. So what? How big is this pile? Mill counterplay. Yeah, they next leveled us with our Mindbreaker. Good thing I didn't play this guy. I should have looked at how big their deck was before I... And this is best of 1. If it was best of 3, I would have to sideboard him out of here. He's like legit bad. What is happening? All right, opponent, you're at 1. We have multiple flyers, but you've got 4 cards in hand, and you're casting more ground troops. Okay. Well, there's our second dig site. I mean, I guess we just press the attack. Okay, they flash in a little flyer guy. That's fine. Does that let them block enough? No, because either flyer kills them. Okay, they're digging for something. Good game. This isn't good game, settle the wreckage good game, is it? Nope, they explode. All right. No player and a newbie drafter. I mean, I don't know. They had fancy... Like, usually when you see somebody with, like, lands that they clearly invested in, you think that... But I don't know. We're at bronze level, so I don't know. I don't know. I can't judge the opponent. They played the best they could. I'm sure they had fun. That's what matters. All right, 1-0. Undefeated with Milgazord. Let's keep it going. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, this set is cool, but I don't know. Something about it just doesn't jive with me. And I was playing back in 97, 98. Like I recognize the settings, the characters. It should be a good nostalgia trip for me, but like gameplay wise, I have felt somewhat unsatisfied with this set so far. It hasn't clicked. Like this is a very expensive hand, but we have lands. So do we keep this? I guess we do. I don't know. Hey there, unrelated to all this, but do you know how long after Dominaria United takes place? No one's been able to answer. Well, I don't think that they have definitively said, but it seems like the sets are more or less happening in, not in real time, because United came, what, like 4 years after OG Dominaria, so they're I mean, maybe that is about right. Maybe it is 3 or 4 years later. Maybe a little less, because the Weatherlight crew still seems kind of new and untested. I mean, they've gotten a little better, but I mean, I don't think they've been zipping around in the ship more than 2 years. But yeah, a lot has happened. This set is expensive mana value wise. I mean, it's deceptive because you have all these prototypes that you look at, like, oh, it's a 7-drop. Well, it's really like a 4-drop. And this guy can't be blocked by artifacts, so that's a free 2 damage. Goblin Sprite. So, okay, this is a fairy. And this is a fairy on Dominaria. That's where Brothers War takes place. It is a somewhat insectoid-looking fairy. And somebody tried to tell me that those kind only exist on Lorwyn Shadowmoor. And I don't know, this one looks kind of similar to those ones. Power Stone? Keep ramping? I think so. Oh my gosh, our opponent with the Scatter Ray, not letting us get our little opportunist. Don't want us to have our mana. Very rude. Six-month gap between Karn finding the mangled Shieldred and Dominaria United proper. I mean, is that confirmed? Oh, I guess Ajani does say... See, I'm trying to remember. So he finds Shieldred, he gets in the cave collapse, and he says he doesn't know how long he's in there. He can't feel the passage of time. And then Ajani digs him out. I'm trying to remember. I thought Ajani said after Karn didn't read messages for a while, but did he say it was 6 months? I don't think it was that long. Okay, so we've got 5. I think we're gonna flash in the rock here. Or do we want spider? Yeah, we'll just wait. We'll get him with the rock. Trust him straight with the rock. Alright, opponent. No more countering my stuff, please. They're holding an Urza. That's cool. We got Ajani sleeves. That's cool. They're using the Dominar or the Brothers War basic lands. Okay, they're playing their Urza. That's fine. Flash the rock. Yes, of course. Are they going to commit to an attack with their 2/3 perhaps? That would be great. They're not. All right. So maybe they knew this was coming. Maybe they baited me. Maybe they've got another Scatter Ray. They do. Double Scatter Rays. Outstanding. Good for you, opponent. Okay. So maybe we just do Lesson. Try to find another land. Discard a card. Welp. Don't think Millstone is our path to victory here. We could try to tap their Urza. So that they can, I mean, well, it won't tap him, but they'll only get to use his ability one time. Because once he's tapped, he won't untap. And I think I want to stick that on while they're tapped out. And then no, we're not attacking a 2/2 into a 2/3. All right, we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 7 mana. We could start putting counters on this sprite. That could be good. We could also drop a 6/5. Millstone. We're not doing the Millstone. I mean, they're kind of like the blue-black graveyard deck. And like they're probably the, aside from the person who showed up with a 50-card deck, they're probably the worst to try and mill, right? We would just be fueling stuff they want to do? Maybe? Alright, they gave us a stone. We're not blocking that. And an infiltrator. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, put a counter on the infiltrator. Okay, so they have some self-sack synergy. And again, while they're tapped out, we're gonna try to get some muscle on the board, get some life back. This matches up really well with their spider, which they now just hit 7 mana, so they can start using the activated ability, which lets them look at 4 cards from the top of their library. They can reveal an artifact from among them and put it into their hand. The rest go on the bottom. So that's like a good mana sink. That's a great way to use the Power Stones. But that would tap them out, and then they wouldn't be able to answer anything else that we do. So yeah, well, they've had enough of these scatter rays. Command. All right, we can hold on to that. All right. I think we're in a decent position to attack. Like, our stuff's bigger, and we can make this bigger. Big enough to, like, 2-for-1 them. We could also shrink their stuff. Let's see where this gets us. No way this can go wrong, right? Opponent lines up a chump block. And they're gonna try to eat our sprite. Well, I mean, if we just turn it into a 4/4, now what happens? I mean, I could have held up the command, but okay, forgot that's a card. Counter target activated ability. Cool, you ate my sprite. Sure. And then the Revenant, oh, this one just keeps coming back. It's not unearth, it just straight up returns to your hand. So this is gonna be annoying. See, now I wish we had that, the 2/4 flyer that like eats something out of the graveyard. Although timing it is gonna be hard. All right, what does the spider do? When it dies, put up to 1 target card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. So that could get rid of this guy if we can time it right. How's the draft going so far? We are currently 1-0. Haven't lost yet. We're on our 2nd game. They ate our sprite. I don't know if that was a great use of that card, to be honest, but they made their choice. All right. So we could make a Power Stone and make a construct that gets +1/+1 for each artifact we control. It would be a 4/4. Not great. I mean, their board is getting wide enough that the -2/-0 might buy us some time if they go for an attack. We're gonna kill Urza. And then what do we do? Spider? I mean, I guess first we do this Prowler guy. See if they have a... So they do have a card that could react. Interesting. Or an activated ability or something. I guess we'll grab another island. So now, do we do a spider or do we hold the command? I think we're going to try and catch him with the command. We can be pretending that we're going to activate the dig site. Oh, they had enough to do that. All right, so now we could get the command out. Do I make a... Yeah. Do we need more Power Stones? I guess we do. We'll do this. We'll make a 5/5. There we go. Oh, because it counts itself. So we made a stone, so it's a 5/5. Cool. All right. We got a 5/5. Why is it coming tapped? Is that what it says? Create a tapped. Okay, good. Whew. So I was thinking I'll just use command to make a blocker and get them, but it comes in tapped. You got to read the card. Gotta read the card. Urza's command. Good thing I wasn't counting on that as, like, defense. Okay. 2 cards left in hand for the opponent, although they can go digging for more with the spider. Looks like they didn't find anything when they did that, right? Because we would see what it was. Make the construct and draw. Yeah, maybe drawing a card would have been better, but I don't know. Getting the extra power stones, because we do still have expensive stuff, and we do have stuff with activated abilities, and the stone make this guy bigger. So I don't know. I mean, I think we're in a good spot. I'm not too worried about 4 damage. Like, if we find a Baloth, we're great. So we'll let these hit. And then my plan is to end step dig site. And if it's a land, get it out of the way. Yep, so activate dig. Okay, so they are going to... Oh no! Remorse and exile our construct. So sad. And they have themselves an Ashnod. Okay, 1 mana, 1 with Death Touch. Whenever she attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, get a Power Stone. 5 and exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a body. That is a problem. Don't need you. Did we not just ship that to the... no, okay, alright. Alright, well this thing is annoying because they're just going to keep bringing it back, so... I guess we'll play the land so that we can maybe double surveil here. This is tricky. We need to find, even like our rock is a 3/3 flyer, won't get past the 2/4 with reach. So what do we have left in our deck? I guess maybe we do want to mill them. Maybe we need to find that Mindbreaker. No, he's not. Oh, we already lost Liberator. Okay. All right. Well, if we can get our Mindbreaker, maybe we can get a good attack or 2 in with that and just deck them. Do I take challenge requests? I mean, not in the middle of a draft. But I've been thinking about doing more live stream stuff. I would like to play games against patrons or fans or whomever, and they are killing our guy. So yeah, I mean, I could be open to doing that. Probably not right now, but maybe we set up a future stream where it's just kind of me playing against the community for a day. I would be down with that. Is that something you guys would want to tune in for? The Clay Revenant, that's a Power Stone for free every turn. I guess that's true, right? She can just... What did she do? Exiled a creature. So she exiled her Urza to make a zombie. Alright. Well, our dig sites need to dig. They're coming at us with a infiltrator. Oh boy. No, they're not. Just kidding. Alright, first dig site. Go. Rock. I mean, it's better than a land, but it doesn't really help us here, right? Like... Okay. I mean, I think that's better. Ugh. Do we hold it and try to exile their Revenant just so they can stop looping it? Man. Yeah, I get... Well, I don't know. Is there going to be a window? Because they're going to play this... And then sack... I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to exile it. for challenge day would be a blast. Okay, well then I deputize Nicole to set that up. Exile the Reverend now. Well, this is a sorcery, so I can't do it on their turn. I gotta wait. And this guy has to be on board on my turn, and they can't have a way to sacrifice it in response. So whenever she attacks, they can sack it. But if they attack with Ashnod, I just like trade with her, right? So they're gonna get me for 3, which I guess is okay. Man, this one started off pretty promising, and now we're kind of against the ropes. Don't need another land. I mean, again, I don't think this really helps either. Really, we're just looking for something big. And that's an island. That doesn't do it. Okay. But hey, look, they left the Revenant out, so I guess we will exile them. If I do a challenge day, overlay OES, hide your hand. I mean, I could also just trust that whoever I'm playing against is not, you know, sniping me. Like, where's the fun in that? You get to say you beat me with my hands tied, like, ah, yes, I defeated famous streamer Ryan Mustache Gomez by knowing every card that he was holding. It was great. Like, okay, if that's how you get your thrills, man, like, I don't know, but I'd rather the audience be able to see what's going on and I can talk through my thought process and stuff like we're doing here. Although right now my thought process is empty because my hand is empty. And our opponent is thinking way too long and hard about what to do here with one card. Get rid of the Thran since they're in top deck mode. I mean, yeah, a case could have been made to get rid of that, and then that would have, I guess, allowed a rock to attack, but I don't think I have any rocks left. Oh my god. Power Stone Fracture on my Spider. Okay. So when it dies, I get to put one other target card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. Do we want to get a card out of there? They don't have any creatures in there for Ashnod to use. So we could get one of our creatures put back. And what do we like the best? I guess the Golem. I don't know if we're ever going to draw it, but it's in there. Ooh. Are we just dead? Okay, so if they attack with Ashnod, they could... So if we block their biggest thing, we take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We go to 2. If we block Ashnod, we take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We die. So I guess we're blocking the big thing. Get the Liberator back. So I don't get it back. It goes to the bottom of the deck. And I don't know that we're going to end up ever drawing what's down there anyway, but... How many lands did we put in here? Okay, I'm gonna cheese this. Oh my god. Alright. Untap step. We're gonna surveil again. Yep. Audacity doesn't do it. There it is, friends. But we're not gonna have enough mana to cast it. Okay. 1-1 for our Milkazords. Blue-black control, a lot of counter spells, a lot of removal. That is hard to fight through. I don't think there was any one specific card that beat us, but the value generated by Ashnod and their Spider. It's a good deck, opponent. You drafted well. Okay. Short memory. We're going to forget about that one. We're going to come right back to it. 1-1. For anyone who just joined us, we're doing a little draft action here to celebrate the release of Brothers War. You can get it at your local gaming store, or play it on Magic Arena, which is what we're doing. We are a bronze-ranked drafter, and our deck is built around the Mindbreaker. Got some lands, got some expensive stuff. Nothing, I mean, these lands alone don't get us anywhere. I feel like this is a mulligan. This is better. And we'll send that guy away. Urge's command could have been better used. Probably. You're not wrong. I mean, the trick was I was trying to use it when they were tapped out. I was worried about them countering it, and then I get no value from it. And maybe the Power Stone wasn't the best thing. Maybe just making the creature and then drawing a card. Would that been better? I don't know. Hard to say. Dig sites do help, especially when you get two of them. Okay, opponent has themselves a 3/3 for 2. That's good. And they can sacrifice it to make their legendary creatures indestructible and more powerful for a turn. I'm not too scared of that. Unfortunately, he can block our sprite. She can't be blocked by artifact creatures. This regular dude, he'll get in her way all day. No attacks here. We're just gonna build up some mana, try to go over the top with this rock, because the mana this guy makes can be used for anything. He's not a Power Stone on legs. Opponent on, interesting, a Naya deck, red, green, and white. I don't usually see those together. Outside of like Jetmir tokens or whatever, you know, but like, all right, do I double block to get rid of this guy? I mean, they could kill only one of our things, so seems like a good trade, right? What's he gonna do? Kill our worker? Like, I'm actually okay with that, I think. Kills the sprite. Interesting. Okay. So that means we will get to flash in this rock when we want it. Okay, they've got themselves the 2/4. And if they attack with it, we get to... Ooh. Oh, no, I was thinking we could double block, but this gets tapped, so... Alright, they just bounce off. I thought we'd get to eat it. I forgot that we were going to use it for mana. Okay. So where do we go now? Troll? I guess we just race them in the air. Our 3 damage to their 2. That seems alright. The best option for the command was holding it up for an opponent's turn, shrinking their stuff, and make a construct. I mean, shrinking their stuff would have bought us maybe one more turn. Like, it wouldn't have won us the game at any point. And towards the end, their position was just so overwhelming anyway, like, I don't know. There weren't enough draws left in our deck that would have saved us. Do we fire this off now, just to see more cards, or wait? I guess we can do it now. Oh boy. Opponent is now holding back their Drake to block. They know they can't beat us in a race there. I don't see any point in holding on to this guy. And I guess there's not really a point to like holding the lands back, right? Because if we get the dig sites and stuff, we're gonna want all of these out there. So here we go. Was it told Brothers War doesn't have any vanilla creatures in the set, or was it Dominaria United? I remember hearing that for Dominaria United. And now I'm trying to think if there are any in this set. More lands. Okay. Well, if the logic worked last turn, what did they play? A Staff of Domination. Life, tap a creature. Oh boy. That is good. Oh man, that's really good. Alright, we need to find our shoot down. I'm just gonna draw a card. Okay. Can the music get turned down? Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me see here. If I... Is it this one? Let me know if that's any better for you. Just dropped it a little bit. Yeah, DMU has no vanillas. Okay. Alright, so we got our millstone. I mean, go get him. 2 down. 30 to go. 30? Is this... Not again! Not again! Okay. Okay, Magic players, we need to talk. We need to talk about how to make a limited deck. I ain't gonna be losing to somebody who shows up with more than 40 cards. Just isn't gonna go down that way. No. Are they 50 or 60? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards in play. 12, 13, oh. 6 more in the graveyard. And about 30 in the deck. So, what did they just hit me with? Oh, they killed my bird. They obliterated my bird. Adding is a lot more fun than cutting. Not if you're goth. Okay, so now they got themselves some wings. We are just drawing islands. Good. I feel great about how this game is going. We're going to slowly mill away at them. No real point in attacking because nothing gets done. And we have fed them some unearthed characters. All right. Opponent down to 24 cards in deck. Although I guess that's less than us at this point. We are at 25. But they have way more stuff out, right? Like, and a ton more in their... I don't understand it. What do I think will be the next antagonist of the Magic story after the Phyrexians? Well, we still don't know who was behind the Ozolith on Ikoria. That's an outstanding mystery. Oko is still out there somewhere. Luca probably will be around still. Ob Nixilis. I mean, there's a bunch of like smaller threats. I don't think we're gonna have any giant stuff. Oh my. We're not gonna have a bunch of giant stuff anytime soon. Maybe Nicol Bolas gets out during the Realm Breakers stuff. Hard to say. But even if he gets out, I don't think he'll be as powerful as he used to be. So I don't know. I feel like they need to come up with either something new, or it's going to be smaller stories for a little while. Like, we know we're going to Eldraine and Ixalan, and historically those places have not really been connected to bigger stuff. So like we'll get some drama with the kingdoms on Eldraine, and we'll get, you know, the planar fighting of of Ixalan as they try to explore, I guess, the caverns, right? There's probably caves full of treasure, and now the pirates and the merfolk and everybody are at it again. And like that'll probably get us through the next year or two. But after that, it's probably just going to be characters like Obnixilis or Oko, or, you know, troublemakers. I gotta focus here. I am getting killed. Okay, we have a 3/3. I don't think I want to trade it with that. Guess we just kind of stop 2 points of damage. Okay, deck, something good here, please. Where's my big mill robot? That ain't it, Chief. It does let our bird survive and actually eat something. That might... I mean, it's good, but... I want threats, not protection. Prototype seems like a cool mechanic. I hope to see more in the future. Oh, look what they brought, guys. They have themselves a depth charge Colossus. We almost had one of them. Opponent just drawing everything, staffing themselves. They're down to 15 cards, though. Maybe if we can survive. Oh man, what do we do? Kill this. They're just gonna put that flying thing on the... Oh man. Ugh. No. I don't need more power stones. I don't need it. No. You. Opponent at 13. Oh dear. Tybalt will pull a Deadpool, kill all the planeswalkers. Tybalt can barely tie his own shoelaces. I don't think he's gonna be killing anybody. Okay, so this is lethal and a half. Actually, maybe not. Right, this is double strike, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We go to 1. I think opponent messed up. They should have put the wings on their Colossus. Alright, now we got them. Shields are down. Forest, come on. GG, opponent. Yeah, real good with your 100 card deck here. Man. Rough. Alright. Let's go to chat. I think the Engineers was a better block. The Engineers? What are we talking about? Killing the 60 card draft deck with Mill sounds like a power play. It would have been. If we could have pulled that off, I would have been 2 feet taller. What's your take on paper cards being of no value because of this? Explain yourself. What paper cards are of no value? What are we talking about? What paper cards are no value? All right, we're 1 and 2. That is okay. Do we need to make changes? What can we change? What has not been working for us here? I feel like that extra Colossus might... Yeah, this guy might be worth bringing in just to have another decent body. I mean, we don't really have removal. We could pack a counter spell. I don't love it. Don't think we need Giant Growth. Don't think we need Gift. I don't really need a 4/2 that mills myself. Ivory Tower, I mean, our hand was like almost always empty, right? So that doesn't really help us. Reservoir, I don't think really helps us. And that's kind of it. So like the only other thing I'd really consider bringing in is our own Depth Charge Colossus, but I don't know. I don't know what I would even swap out. We've kind of been flooding on lands. Do we cut a land? I mean, we've got... We've got 17 lands. Do we go to 16? And just coast on Power Stones? Man, I feel like our curve is so high, though. It's a 3.7. Arcane Proxy. You want to bring the Proxy in? He's a 3-mana 2/1. We only have 2 spells that he can actually get back. I don't see him working for us. Cut the Millstone. I mean, yeah, probably. Hasn't really won us a game yet, right? And we don't quite have enough other artifact synergies. Okay. As cute as this was, since we're running into opponents with more than 40 cards in their deck, I guess Millstone comes out. The question is what comes in? A rebuff? Another small creature? Or a big creature? Go for the Colossus. Sold. Okay, now I feel better keeping all those lands. Okay, we've made dramatic changes to our deck. We've added more robots. This is great. I'm having fun. Don't really care if we're winning or losing. I had the draft token piled up anyway. Better to spend it. Okay. Maybe we should have cut a land. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 3-drop and a 5-drop. Trying to improve the early game. I mean... yeah, I don't know that we are winning and losing in the early game. I feel like our late game is where we've been reaching like a stalemate and not having something to punch through with. How big is their deck? 30? Okay. Appropriately sized. Green-black with a Clay Revenant. Curious. Curious. Well, this can block that and makes a Power Stone. Seems great. Speaking of villains, I think Emrakul... oh, geez. Not... okay. This might be the most misunderstood part of the entire Magic story. I don't think we're going to see Phyrexians and Eldrazi at the same time. I don't think they're going to go let Emrakul out. I don't think they're going to find more when the branches of the World Tree pierce the blind. I don't think WotC wants to put both of their heavyweights in the story at the same time, because then that makes both of them feel less important, and they don't have enough big threats to begin with. We really only have Phyrexians, Eldrazi, and Nicol Bolas, and like trying to get extra drama out of the Eldrazi just doesn't seem like it would work out very good. So yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. I see a lot of people suggesting or hoping or wondering if that's possible, but I just don't get how that adds to the drama. To me, that subtracts from the drama, because now instead of a really scary threat in the Phyrexians, you're like, hey, let's just add the hurricane that is the Eldrazi into the mix. And why? Where does that get you? Nicole with the jokes. Okay. Oh, that's why they killed our reach guy, so they could play this? Interesting. So I'm noticing a lot of people are playing the Swiftgear Drake, and we cut ours. Do they know something we don't? They're exiling their own card. Okay, that's totally cool. Great, in fact. Why did you not... All right, do we sack this guy to draw a card now, because he can't really do anything else? Okay. So again, I think we're just going to wait and flash in our rock. Right, because we don't need a 3/3 that gains us 3 life. Oh, ooh, we're getting close to Mindbreaker, gang. We might do it. They're gonna kill it somehow, I'm sure. But alright, we'll try to flash in our rock. I know it's not gonna kill this guy, but it can at least save us from 2 points of damage here. Honestly, if anything, I'd see the Phyrexians trying to contain the Eldrazi. Yes, I agree. They don't want an unknown factor messing up their plans. The Eldrazi is like the exact opposite of what they want. When I first got introduced to Magic lore, I misunderstood Sorin, thought he was a big bad guy. I mean, depending when you got introduced, he kind of fluctuates between being selfish and being helpful. What happened to our bird? Oh, they made this bigger. Okay. Welp, they are tapped out, so we're just gonna go for broke here. Maybe we should have waited until we could have protected our dude. I don't know. Or it's a perfect environment for them. It is not. It is not. It is not. Not a lot of reach creatures, so 5 mana 2/3 with haste is really good. I mean, I don't know. I want it, for the record, I wanted to put this in the deck, but I was talked out of it. Evasion is killer, yeah. Flood on lands, unearth the carrier. I have Courier hanging out down here, as long as he doesn't get exiled by something. Opponent coming in with the Killzone Acrobat. When it attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, it gets flying. Why would they do that? I mean, I guess I'll try and trade? I mean, it's too late to give it flying now. And if they want to pump this or something just to eat... Okay. Maybe we didn't understand stacking or order of events there. I don't know. Will we ever see Slivers return? Absolutely. They are very popular. Story-wise, I don't know what you do with them. Oh, they just wanted to use their reanimation spell. Okay, that's fine. I mean, you probably should have waited until we milled your library, but here we go. Okay, so this is great. Here we go, here we go. Mindbreaker attacks, half their library gone. And now they're gonna try to double block this. And we're gonna get them. Yep. Okay, I would like my creature to be indestructible, please. Neither of these 2 cards in your hand is allowed to, allowed to punish me right now. Aren't they in Chandelar? I mean, I guess, but they can put them anywhere, right? Like the Magic story is so flexible. They could find a reason to put Slivers on any plane like that. 7. Do we just run out this giant dude? Heck yes. Love to see lower stakes story where the Slivers are the main threat. Yeah, that's what we want. Plane-wide conflicts with something unique. Slivers, the Caves of Ixalan, the Wilds versus the Kingdoms on Eldraine. There's lots of great stories they can tell without multiplanar things happening. So there we go. That's a win. We crushed them with the Milgazord. We ranked up. You can tell how often I play limited. Woo! Imagine the Phyrexians are able to create an infection that just creeps through the Blind Eternities, fusing their oil with Eldrazi spawn. You guys need to take it down a notch, all right? Everyone loves brewing up ways that the Phyrexians and Eldrazi work together. I just don't foresee it happening. pretty sure the answer, do we just run out this big dude? Yes, unless they've got counterspell or something, or I don't know. But most of the time, if you've got the mana for it, you drop that fatty. All right, so we have good, cheap stuff here. Plenty to do. You're a turn late. Where have you been? Okay, I like it. Good solid creatures. Need to find another forest, but otherwise... Ooh. Welp. I think we are going to flash in Liberator. Or do we block and sack this to draw a card? Try to find land? Nah. Live dangerously, son. Another patrol. Oh my gosh, we're getting patrolled to death over here. Just ask the opponent not to counter the big dude. Okay. Do we get our own patrol? Do we make some power stones? I want the stones. Call me Thanos, because I got the stones. Okay, we have one stone. We'll get more. Don't know how, but we will. Maybe the oil burns up in the blind. Yeah, I mean, the story, they can make whatever they want to happen. Doesn't mean they should. They can make whatever they want with the slivers. They can make those appear somewhere and do stuff, but I don't think you need to mix Eldrazi and Phyrexians. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. We can just double spell here. This one's not gonna make Liberator any bigger, but that's okay. Because now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can do big stuff. What, in your opinion, Ryan, is the most flavorful card you've seen in all your years of Magic? Oh my god. I will have to ponder on that for a moment. Let me think about it, because there are some good ones. Okay, do we sequence this right again? So Liberator says whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast it is greater than its power. So he's at 3. We want to cast a 4 mana spell. So Baloth, come on in. Now we can keep the courier to like chump block and sack it and get a card back. Flavorful stuff. I am like a sucker for I don't know, stuff like Eaten Alive, where like you know you eat something so good you exile it, or what's the Flame Coil, I think, or man, do I just cash this in right now? I think I do. Usually it's like flavor text tells me on what the card is doing. And it's like, what's the, am I thinking of the right one? Flame Coil, where it's 2 mana, deal 4 to a creature, and if that's enough to kill it, you exile it. And then the flavor text is about how the vampire was like literally turned to ash. And you're like, okay, that makes sense, because a lot of times stuff goes to the graveyard, it can come back, especially stuff that can regenerate or whatever. And so like, no, this guy's dead, and he's very dead. He's like melted to goo dead, and he's never coming back. Like okay, that's a flavorful way to show how the card's mechanic of exiling a creature ties into the flavor of like legit destroying it. Like, I like that. Okay, can we get bigger than this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. All right. So do we send our 5, 6 at them. I think we gotta. Probably could have attacked with everybody here, actually. You got me thinking about flavorful cards. Now I'm not playing the game well. Shoot down the flyer. Oh yeah, I had a shoot down. I didn't even. Oh my gosh. See, we won that a couple different ways. All right. What about defenestrate? Yeah, or defenestrate. Yeah, that's a good one. Murder is pretty on the nose. Maybe that's not great. So I don't know. I should make a list. Maybe I'll do like my top 10 flavor wins, like of all time. That might be a fun video. Where's my notepad? Most flavorful card has to be Saga. Also great. Good. Yes. The gods, I mean, that's tricky because like the gods from Theros have such a cool mechanical flavor behind them, how they're like driven by devotion and you need other stuff in play to make the gods come into battle for you. That's really cool, but like as an individual card, it doesn't really read as flavorful. You have to like extrapolate from the rules text what devotion means and how to meet those requirements and what that does for the game. It's a little bit more camouflaged, but I like that mechanic or that world building. Like it's a good mix of mechanics and flavor, but I don't know if that I can say that that's a true flavorful card or series of cards, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm just making a note here. Flavor wins top 20. Whatever. Okay. Nicole, put a note on our worksheet as well if you're still out there watching. Urza Saga is a pretty nice choice. Okay, we are 3-2. So at worst, we are going to go 3-3 and match our previous record. Hopefully, we're going to do better than that. I like, in a general sense, I like legendary stuff. To me, that automatically is a bit more flavorful because you're referencing like a specific character or event or location from the Magic story. Legendary artifacts and equipment are especially neat to me. Stuff like Shadow Spear or Black Blade Reforged. Those are cool. So I've talked about this before, but I used to play the Star Wars trading card game by Decipher. And there's lots of different types of decks you could make, but one that I enjoyed was called Mains and Toys. And the idea was you had your main characters like Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and then you had their toys. Luke's lightsaber, the Millennium Falcon. And if you could get the matching stuff in play together, they were way better than if you just had Luke by himself and like someone else could carry Luke's lightsaber. But if you got Luke and his lightsaber in play together, they could hold a whole planet down by themselves, basically. 2 lands and some very expensive stuff. Gross. Okay, this is better. Is it? 2 lands and some expensive stuff. Not going to 5 cards. Sorry, Goliath. We're just gonna have to courier our way through this. So that's like a type of deck that like I played in a different game as a child, and I'm still trying to find something similar for that in Magic. I just liked having all my favorite characters from the movies. Like, yeah, Han and the Falcon and Chewie. Like, that's like 24 power and 2 destiny draws, and I'm immune to attrition. And if you know what the game is, then that makes sense. But if you don't, then you don't. But stuff would just get like progressively cooler the more named things you could get out together. And I don't know, I'm a sucker for that here in Magic as well. Alright, opponent's gonna attack. They're not. We're gonna try to find a 3rd land. Got it. Never didn't have it. Tower Worker. Okay, hanging in there. Would love to find another forest. Union of the 3rd Path. Draw a card, gain life equal to the number of cards in your hand. That was an interesting move, opponent. Okay. We have rock mana, and we have a pair of rocks. So we're just gonna pass and sit on those for a minute. Give me flashbacks with the Star Wars talk. Good. Good. Oh, I see who asked. I see who said that. Okay. So in the chat, we have Gomez Gazelle, which is my younger brother, the Mishra to my Urza. Yeah, we used to play Star Wars all the time. We also liked to play Versus System with our superhero decks. That was great. Because you could have Marvel and DC together, and you could make so many cool decks there. And now we've got Marvel Snap, which is also sucking up way too much of my time. Okay, we've got a bird. We've got a second bird in the chamber. We've got a Baloth. We've got Urza's Command. We are sitting in good shape. Our opponent has way too many cards, but maybe not enough lands. All right, so I think we just keep hammering in with these birds. And keep the second one here to flash in again. Never punished. Right, we just had to mulligan and then couldn't beat Sentinels. That's true. My brother had a fantastic Sentinels deck. I think the, well, oof. Okay, so they're gonna look at our hand and make us discard something. Do we flash in the rock or do we use Urza's Command here? I would rather get the rock out. Hopefully they try to make us discard the Baloth. Oh, please, please decide that you're scared of this guy. Don't read it. Just, I don't want to, you don't want me to gain 4 life, right? Come on, come on. Dang it. So close. 8 Savage Beatdowns. That was like next level giant growth. Savage Beatdown was great. Sentinels were good. How is Marvel Snap? It is excellent, and that is because they understand how to make a mobile friendly game. The games are quick. You got me thinking in like 4D space here. Games go by quick. Your deck matters. It's only a 12 card deck, and the game's only 6 turns long. You end up seeing about 75% of your deck every game, so it's just enough that you're never entirely sure what you're going to draw and play, and there is some variance. But if you change like just 1 card in your list, you feel it, right? Like every card matters because you're not putting any useless ones or fillers in there. Every card has to pull its weight. Okay. So I like it. I like that your cards upgrade cosmetically the more you play. I think that's really cool. And there's all sorts of neat treatments and effects, and you can really bling out your deck once you get a list that you really like. But you can't just buy more cards. So there's no pay to win, nothing like that. So overall, I've been super happy with Marvel Snap. I have a lot of fun playing with it, and it is a great second game when I don't have time to play a full thing of Magic. If I'm just, on the couch in between finishing up my work day, waiting for dinner or whatever, like waiting on a delivery, I can grind out a couple of games of Snap and love it. I guess we get to surveil again. And what do we find? The Battlethopter. I guess that's worth drawing. And this guy would let us play lands from the bin, but we don't have any. So actually surveilling a land into the graveyard would be good, but can't do that. Okay, so they have themselves a 2/1 flyer. They can also pay 1 to make this into a 4/4 flyer. So we have to be careful because they do have Pristine Talisman. Oh. All right, we're just gonna slow it down here. Even though they're at 9, I don't want to just throw bodies into the Avenger here. And Bro did a good job. Yeah, I mean, he really understood. He understood the assignment, right? And he made a compelling game that has a good reward structure. And let's cash in our courier here and just draw something else, because otherwise he's just chilling. Ooh. So maybe now we do attack. The gift really changes the math here. Really no pay to win. I keep seeing ads for it. Was wary, thinking it was just a quick Disney cash grab. Not at all. Not at all. Like I said, you can't just credit card swipe, unlock a bunch of cards. It is gated in a way that feels fair. Like the more you play with a card, the more they call them boosters, but it's not like booster packs. You just get like little bubbles that you use for cosmetic upgrades. Every game you play, you get a certain number of these boosters and you spend those to make your cards more fancy. And the more fancy your cards get, the more stuff you unlock to play with. And stuff unlocks in pools. So like, hold on. I don't want to miss an option here. Hold on. Oh, they're doubling up on the Baloth. I get to destroy this Avenger. Opponent's thinking about it. Sure. I think I would like to keep my bird. So everyone starts with the same starter deck. You use that to get some boosters. You upgrade some of your cards, and then you start unlocking stuff from a pool. So I think the game has about 175 total cards in it, but you will unlock cards from like the first 30, but in a random order. So, and then once you've unlocked all 30 of those, then you move up to the next pool, which is like 70 cards or something, and so on. So you only get matched against other players who are also in your pool. So when you're just starting out, it's like mostly starter deck versus starter deck, and then you'll get some cool new cards to kind of swap in and start mixing it up, which gets you through pool 1, and then you get into pool 2, and then things really start to open up because there are so many cool combinations and characters that work together to do different things. Hey, we won! Look at that! It turns out when I'm talking about other games that I am passionate about, I do better in this game. What? All right. Let's keep going. Once you get past a certain point, season unlocks are random. Different players will have different cards. Yes, that's true. So you're never entirely sure what your opponent has, but you know that they couldn't have just bought more or better cards than you. And no matter how much they play, all they can change is the cosmetics of their cards. They can't like upgrade a card or whatever. And cards don't really have rarities, so it's not like, you know, a mythic is better than your common. They just unlocked stuff in a different order than you did, and like you'll catch up to them eventually, and win or lose, you get those cosmetic boosters, so like your collection will improve over time anyway. It's just a matter of how much you want to play, and like I don't think you can ask for a better. We are talking about Marvel Snap. For anyone just joining, it released October 18th, I think, or something, about a month ago. I've been playing it a little bit every day since. It's a great mobile game. There's a desktop client for it too, but I think it's really designed for phones and tablets. And it is not pay to win, is what we were talking about. The economy of that game is very generous. Reward structure is cool. Collection building is great. And yeah, Marvel Snap is primo, and I'm not getting paid to say any of that. I just like it. I also liked Versus System. I also liked Star Wars Decipher. I have played tons of card games over the years. Who is this guy? Teething Wormlet. We've not seen him yet. A 1/1. Has death touch as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Whenever an artifact enters a battlefield, gain a life. If it's the first time, it gets a cow. Oh my god, that's crazy. Well, let's attack into it. But yeah, growing up, my brothers and I, card games all day, all the time. That was like our favorite activity. We didn't get out of the house a whole lot. Growing up in upstate New York, a lot of snow. Couldn't always be outdoors. Sometimes we just had to. Okay. They have themselves a 2/2 now. Can I trick them into block? Oh, they got a chromatic lantern too. That's cool. Wish I had headphones. Don't want to get called during suspension. What? They're gonna block. We are gonna... Is this where we use command to shrink that guy and do something else? I guess that's a better use of our mana. We'll shrink it and make a body. It's only going to be a 1/1 for now, but it'll grow. And it grew this because we had an artifact. Okay, good use of Urza's command. Maybe not. I don't know. Veritable bomb and limited for 1 mana. I mean, it was. It is an interesting worm. And they have themselves a Tocasia. Okay, how do we get past this? Well, with just 4 lands, we're not doing a Goliath or a Behemoth yet. Could run out the Spider. Could attack into them and try to get them to, well... I mean, first we could just attack with that, right? They're not blocking. Yep. Okay. We'll play our Death Touch Spider. Doo-doo-doo. Artifact decks are OP. I mean, I guess. The whole set is artifact. Forest, Plains, Island. So we've got our little Bant action happening here. Evolving Wilds. Good color fixing on the opponent. Chromatic Lantern, Evolving Wilds. And they have themselves a Cradle Clear Cutter. The big one. Do we have any? We only have 1 card in our graveyard. Okay. So we could play a 3/5 or a 2/7. Let's go 2/7. And then, I mean, this Clear Cutter is a bit of a problem. It can't block our Sprite, but the Sprite can be blocked by Tocasia. I don't think either of them want to block a Spider, so we'll just go with the Spider. Cool your jets, Nicole. I know you love spiders. Nicole has a great Ishkana commander deck. We built it together. I mean, I guess she built most of it. I helped her with some cards, but we used that as the topic for a video, one of the earlier Arcanum videos, actually. Back over at TCG Player. I feel like Mishra will be OP, making your artifacts have Unearth. Dude, I think him giving everything Ward sack a permanent is, like, pretty good. But, I see why they had to ban Meat Hook Massacre, because otherwise you could totally ignore Mishra. Alright, they're coming at us with a 3/6. Do we care? I mean, I guess we can just block it, and if they want to waste a pump spell to kill our 2/7, they are welcome to, but I don't think they're gonna. Any spider action makes me happy. Okay. Yeah. You're perfectly normal, Nicole. It's fine. Alright, they got themselves a Boulder Branch Golem. So I feel like their deck is quite similar to ours. They just happen to be a little bigger. So I think we're going to have to hold out till 10 mana and try to get a 10/10 trample. But I'm fine sending this spider in again. Go, my creepy friend, go. So, Ryan, when does Nicole get to take over and do a draft on the stream? She is welcome to. I mean, is that something people want to see? We've thought about how to integrate her into content like that. Do I play games against her? Should we just have some, like, exhibition matches? Should she stream? Should she just be part of chat? What's a good way to get both of us involved here? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Hydras? Yes, what about them? I have a Hydra Commander deck with Gargaros as the commander. I don't know if it's any good. I don't get to play that one very much. But I like it. It's fun. It's mono green. Hydras are cool, on the same level as worms. I don't know, I always felt like worms were just like dragons without wings, but hydras have their own kind of thing, you know, like, all right, they are trying this move again. Are they just checking to see if I'm gonna block every time? Are they hoping to draw something out? What are they trying to do here? I don't get it. Could stream commander games over spell table. Good. Let me ask you guys this while I got you all here. Ooh, we can start making this bigger. That's what we're gonna do. On their turn. Let me ask you this. Magic Arcanum. We talk about Magic a lot. We play some Magic on stream. We're doing that right now. I have thought about doing other games, though, but with like a Magic twist. For example, and I'm not saying that this is happening, but something like Skyrim, but our character is Liliana, right? And we're like, we have to like only make zombies. We have to beat Skyrim, but just with zombies and like death magic. Or Nicole and I had talked about doing like a Minecraft world, but we're only allowed to build replicas of stuff we can find on basic lands in Magic, right? So like all the buildings have to look like houses on Ravnica or something like that. Would that be like cool, or would that just be like you're here for Magic content and that's not really Magic content? I'm trying to work up the courage to do other stuff that would be like a Magic twist on other games, but I don't know. It's hard to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to pour myself into something and then like nobody watches it, or if all the comments are like, why are you wasting my time? I'm here for Magic. Okay, well this is great because now we can just keep growing this guy. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, people are saying yes, do it. Sounds bad. What? I like this idea. Sounds wonderful. Minecraft has a very particular audience. Yeah. Right, so I'm not so much going after the Minecraft audience. It's more like Magic players watching me struggle to build Tolarian Academy out of cobblestone, right? Like, is that fun, or is that like, Ryan, you could have recapped Brothers War in that time instead. Why didn't you do something useful and good? Like I don't know. These are the things that keep me up at night. I lay there and I'm in bed and I'm like, how else can I grow the channel? Should I play some other game and like guise it as Magic, or would people just be annoyed? I don't know. Hard to tell. Okay, this opponent coming in again. We can try to get him this time. I don't understand why they have tried to attack with this 3/6. Are they gonna pump it now and now? Okay. I mean, that's a minor setback, but I'm not gonna cry about it. Hello, gorgeous. What are the odds either of those are a counter spell? They haven't shown us one yet. I kind of don't want to just run this guy. Oh, he's got on Earth though. All right, we're trying it. That's why we're here. This was like our pick 2, pack 1, pick 2. Here's the second card we picked. Right? What was the first thing that we picked? I don't even remember. I don't think it was this guy. Or was he? Was he our pick 1, pack 1? Recap Brothers War in Minecraft. How to grow the channel. Learn how to make animations for your lore videos. Thin ice, friend. I animated the entire What Happened to the Weatherlight video I think it turned out great. It's one of the videos I am the most proud of. Nobody watched it. So pump your brakes telling me I need more animations. I don't think that's it. Sore subject, because I worked really hard on that one, and I love how it came out, and it's getting below average views. So what did they do? They prison sentenced us. Now we don't even get to attack with it. Rude. All right, well, guess we're just gonna slam some more creatures and make this person wish they had not wasted their enchantment there. I mean, I still can't attack into a 3/6 though. Magic themed D&D, yeah. The behemoth was pick one. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. The perennial behemoth. That was our one. So this is our 1 and our 2 side by side. They're just ripping through their deck with Surveil. I don't know what they're looking for at this point, but how do I get the hollow fish? Oh, the hologram fish. That's from the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty Mastery rewards. I don't know if you can still get it. I think you had to be playing when Kamigawa Neon Dynasty happened. 50 minutes till I leave school. Gaia's thing gives hex proof. That's true. Oh man. So I'm about to reveal that I have a gap in my rules knowledge. If I give this hexproof now, does that make this fall off? I thought that just makes it can't be the target of anything while it has hexproof. If I gave it protection from white, this would fall off. But if I give it hexproof now, it won't undo the aura. Am I wrong about that? Watched the first bro video last time, gotta catch up, second part bro. Good, yeah, teacher doesn't care about the... Tell the teacher this is important historical research. You are learning from a master lore mage. What are you in school for, friend? What are you studying? Is this high school or is this college? Is this middle school? Where am I popular? Who is streaming me in school? When they cast down the stack, you could have used it. I believe I was tapped out. I had spent all 7 mana on the Mindbreaker, and I didn't have 2 left for the gift. You are correct. It does not undo the aura. Right, and I don't think I had the mana open when they cast it. Although, again, I am now splitting my attention between multiple games and talking about other content and so on and such is life. Okay. More trees. Fine. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean... yeah, with 9, we're just gonna wait and start rebuilding our sprite. They're doing the mill for us at this point. Is he trying to deck himself? I mean, it feels like it. Even if Decasia dies at some point here, they get back up to 10 mana worth of stuff? Oh my god. Portal 2 Phyrexia. Okay. Enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices 3 creatures. At the beginning of your upkeep, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield, so they can steal our stuff. We have to sack 3 things. Okay. So do we give up the Mindbreaker? Maybe not. The token, fine. This little dude, fine. Gross. I don't want to give him the Mindbreaker. That's what they were looking for. Yep. Oh, I guess okay, so... You're right. If I'd given up the Mindbreaker, I would have gotten to unearth it. But then it would have still died, and then they would have got it, right? Like, because it only sticks around for one turn. Yeah, I don't know if I feel like if I had given up the Mindbreaker, it would have gone to my graveyard. They get it at their upkeep, they get something. So on my turn, I could have unearthed it, made one attack with it, which would have milled them 3 cards. Like, I feel like I just dropped this 10-10, right? They only have 6 cards left, though. Can they kill us before we watch them deck themselves? Yeah, I think we just sit back and wait for this to... Then it exile. Oh, right. Okay, so if I had unearthed it, then it would. I thought it would go back to my own graveyard. You're right. It would have exiled, so they would not have gotten a turn with the Mindbreaker. Okay, you caught me. I messed up. I need to ferry. I need a temporal anchor. I need to go back in time, sacrifice Mindbreaker, unearth it, get them down to half as many cards, and then it would have been exiled. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm gonna wear the Slowpoke Pokemon of Shame. Here's my buddy. This is my favorite Pokemon. People have asked me before. I got this at the Nintendo store in New York City. It's great. It's my little bro, Pokebro, Slowbro. Ah, man. Where's our depth charge Colossus that we put in here? Didn't we add that to this at some point? Our opponent has a temporal anchor. Beginning of your upkeep, scry 2. During your turn, you may play cards exiled with temporal anchor. Well, they've only got 5 cards left. This is getting to be such a weird match. Okay, I think we just do this. Power Stone it. Got a Gardevoir at the same store. Cool. Use it to correct my posture. That's a good. Yeah, they want me to kill Takasia, right? But we're not taking the bait. Okay, so do I just, now that I remember how Unearth works, I guess this is better, because then it goes to exile, and then they don't get to steal it. So they can have their own creatures back, but like, we're not attacking into a Death Toucher, we're not letting them kill Takasia. We're just gonna wait. We just gotta be patient. Lore mages are known for their patience. We are fine. They have 5 cards. And even if they use Temporal Anchor to scry and move some of those to exile, it doesn't replace their draw step. So they will still eventually have to draw from an empty library. This still kills them. Eventually. Go to face? What? They have 17 life. How am I not going anywhere? They are getting back their little wormlet. Okay. They lost in 2 turns. They only have 5 cards, about to exile 2 of them. I mean, they don't have to. They get to scry 2. They could put those 2 back on top. So Anchor says whenever you choose to put 1 or more cards on the bottom of your library while scrying, exile those cards. So if they just scry 2, leave those 2 on top, then they draw 1 of those 2, then their deck is down to 4. Right? So that's what they did. They kept both on top. They drew a card. 1/1 now. Yeah, well, I mean, it has Death Touch. All that self-surveilling opponent, how did that work for you? Going face is funny. Hold on. Well, I am holding. I'm trying to... This is payback for all those 60 card limited decks we already played against. Opponent's getting desperate, sending in everything. I mean, I feel like I can safely block some of this stuff, right? And take 6. Because they're not going to kill my guys. They can get their own back, but... Man, he just plays Jace. Where are they going to get a Jace? Alright, we're down to 13. What is this? Semblance Anvil. When it enters battlefield, you may exile a non-land card from your hand. Spells you cast that share... Oh, okay. Sure. Is Slowpoke my favorite? I think he is. I like the silly ones. I like Slowpoke, I like Farfetch'd, I like Scraggy. The ones who like don't look like they should be fighting in an arena, but they're there. They're great. Psyduck is another really good one. Wobbuffet, it cracks me up. Return target artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker to the battlefield. What are they getting back? That clear cutter again. Why? How does this help you? It just makes this guy bigger? Okay. You gain a life? Fine. You're very healthy, but you're also about to deck yourself. I guess we can carefully surveil here. We don't want to put a creature... yeah, we're keeping that. Hear about how there's an infinite in this limited environment. Like an infinite combo of cards? I don't know it off the top, but it doesn't surprise me that you could go infinite. No attacks. Just gotta be cool. Just take it slow. They get what? Okay. Okay, they take an opportunist, they get a power stone, they grow their wormlet. All fine. Upkeep, scry 2. You gotta keep them both on top, otherwise, yeah. Death touchers. I think we can just block this again. Do I take 5? No, I take more than that. I forgot her. I don't really want to take 9. What happens if I do kill her? They can spend a ton of mana, return any number of target artifact cards with total mana of 10 or less. What kind of artifacts do they have down here? Boots? A chromatic star? That's actually fine, like... Right? Are they gonna pay an insane amount of mana to get back boots and a star? They're just desperate. Gain life. Go for it. Okay. Okay. Flash in a rock. Not that it really changes things. And surveil. Okay, so we can safely move a land out. And we find our Boulder Branch Golem. Perfect. So that gives us just a little bit of extra life. Now we can take another hit or two from their Death Touchers. And yeah, we're not attacking into their reach spider. Don't have a good emoji to answer back with. All right, Slowpoke, you can go down there. Oh yeah, no more vigilance. Okay, because she grants the whole team vigilance and the surveil. All right, but they just, well, okay, so they just bring her back. They brought her back with the portal, so it doesn't. Okay, opponent swings all out again. Pass to blocks. Block their biggest thing. Block their next biggest thing. Take 5. 5 is still alive. They have 2 cards left. This is going to be a hard-fought victory, and I'm amazed that we are milling them out, technically, without the millstone and without our Mindbreaker robot. This is great. This is what we play Magic for. This is why we're here. Yes, I could give a creature indestructible for a turn, but whatever I block and kill, they just bring back anyway, and then I don't have the gift. So using that on any turn other than a turn where they would kill me seems like it's not what I want to do. But I could tap their spider. And like I could now attack with the flyer. Like I'm not going to kill them that way anyway though. So like it's fine. We just need to survive 2 more turns. Boy, how good was that Urza's Command we played like 4 days ago at this point, right? Okay, you bring back your guy, you gain some more life, you're going to be very healthy, but brain dead. Anchor, you get to scry your last 2 cards, put them back in any order. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so I think we just block her. Do I want to take this 4 and go to 5? Or do I want to block that? No, because then they could get whatever well, it doesn't matter. It's not like their life is going to be what saves them. So I could trade it and make them start regrowing this all over again, right? Or maybe this is where I use the gift, so I don't actually lose my Baloth. Yeah, let's do that. We'll keep him. Watch for pumps. Yeah, so that's why we're gonna do the block. I mean, they haven't really shown us any sort of pump trick yet, but if they were hoping to get me with it, they're not gonna. All right, 2 cards in hand. So much life. So few cards in library. And they used Acacia to get nothing useful. See what we got coming up. Surveil a land out of the way. Find another one, that's okay. Yep. Okay, they get to draw their last card. And if they don't kill us here, we win, right? more turn. Man. Okay, you take my perimeter patrol. That doesn't change the math at all. I mean, is it too early to give him the good game? They're just gonna try to crash in and do as much damage as they can. Okay. I mean, sure. Block. Do I need to like double block any of these just in case? Is there anything that grants trample? I mean, I might as well, right? That way I don't get blown out. Like, I guess I get to kill a bird now. Sure, okay. Elsewhere Flask. They have a ton of the old frame artifacts. This is an interesting deck with the portal in it and everything. But, hey. Interesting deck that just did not have the, have what it takes to go the distance. We outlasted them. Cool. Moving on up. For anyone who recently joined, we're doing a little Brothers War draft to celebrate the set being released. And we are currently at, what, 5? 5 wins? A little piece of my mustache stuck to my tongue. Okay, 5 wins, 2 losses. So the rug could be pulled out from underneath us at any time. But we're just gonna keep going. That last win is gonna be tough to beat. Yeah, they were really betting on stealing creatures. They got to do some cool stuff. I'm sure they had fun. Until the last few frustrating moments when they realized they lost to themselves. Alright, Lesson, Sprite, Opportunist. These are good cards to go with our good lance. Uh-oh. The game has recognized how powerful we are as a wizard. They have matched us up to a silver player. Are we worthy of such a challenge? Ooh, somebody got pizza. So is Brothers War a good set to draft because every pack has the old border stuff in it and thus a chance at a second rare? Let me ask you guys this. What is the best, even phrase it, pack add-in? So like Strixhaven had the Mystical Archives. This has the old frame cards. Amonkhet had the hieroglyphic, series. Which of those... Is there one I'm forgetting? Which of those ones do we like the best? 2, 3, 4. They have a Flying Chaplain. Do I make a 3/5 with Reach? I think so. I don't think we're gonna hold this guy till turn 10. We're just gonna... And I don't think they're gonna want to block now, but we'll... Oh, they are. They trade it off. Okay. Cool. Kamigawa. What did Kamigawa have? I mean, Kamigawa had the different frames for like their own ninjas and stuff, but I'm saying things that were like not part of the set truly, but got added. Do I just tap this guy down? You know what? Let's see if we can find some more lands here. There we go. Okay. And I don't think we need tireless worker. Here we go. Mystic Archives were the best. I think those are my favorite. Oh yeah, the Kaladesh inventions, right? Those were cool. Those were double strike. I mean, if they just give us double strike, we survive. If they give it plus anything, we just gift. I don't really want to burn the gift just to kill this guy, although I could have. Enjoyed the stream, need to do housework. Okay, thanks for stopping by. Colonel Ty, always great to have you. The Japanese style walkers from War of the Spark, that's a... Oh, they are going to try to do 3 damage to our Goliath. Now we are going to save it. And then they're going to, what, discard 3 cards? Up to 3? They just discarded 1. They got rid of an altar. Okay. Well, now we've got a 4/6. They're down to just 2 cards in hand. We can stop this from ever untapping. And we'll be able to flash in the rock. So I think we're in good shape here. A Vanguard. 2/3 with first strike. Whenever it or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gets +2/+0. Doesn't have haste. Doesn't really do anything. OG Legends in the collector packs for Dominaria United. Okay, that's a good point. I'd forgotten about them. Those are neat. Opponent takes 7, falls to 9. All right, we're gonna hold on to the command this time and try to use it correctly. Zendikar Expeditions. Okay, yep, those were some nice lands. And I think they're all lands in that one, right? For me, I think it's the Mystic Archives. I think that was a cool way to show some like really classic cards and like give them a whole new what? Okay. Do I want to trade this in for a different card? I think I kind of want to. I don't need a 1/1. Gentlemen, which set is worth buying? Well, just like with buying a car, the answer depends on what you want to get out of it. Are you playing standard? Are you working on a commander deck? Are you collecting old and interesting curiosities? Are you modern pioneer? I mean, I can't answer that question as to what you should buy until I know what you're what you're trying to buy. Make a dude here draw for the win. Is the All Will Be One Phyrexian set worth buying? We don't know. We have not seen a single card from it yet. I don't think we even know the exact release date. So you can pre-order it, but I can't tell you if it's going to be good, bad, or ugly. And you won't even get to use those cards for at least 3 months. People ask what set boxes to buy. I typically push them to Strixhaven for the Mystical Archives. Brothers War has so many good cards too. Bro or New Capenna. I mean, again, it really comes down to Oh my gosh, are we going for the 7? Guys, if you have been with me this whole time, thank you. If you have just joined, we are maybe on the verge of greatness with our first Brothers War draft. And it's only taken 3 hours. Any chance there will be a 5-color Praetor? I'm going to say no. I'd say 0 chance. I don't think that's going to happen. You might get a 5-color Phyrexian card like Atraxa, but I don't think they're going to do the Omnath thing where they just bring her back and add another color. And plus, the Phyrexians themselves right now are kind of split. Urbrask and the red ones aren't really part of Elesh Norn's mission to rule the world. All right, 2-drop, or 2 lands into a 1, a 3, a 3, 7. Ugh. But this is fine because we can turn this into another card. Okay. There could be a colorless Praetor. I mean, we had 1,000 years ago, we had the Soul of New Phyrexia. That was a colorless card. That was kind of neat. But it wasn't a Praetor. It was just Avatar? Yeah. For chat, if you could all be a planeswalker, what plane would you want to come from? I think I would want to be maybe from Kaladesh? Seems like... Oh dear. Oh no. Guys, we got a problem. Kaladesh seems like the most stable, safe, cool stuff going on. But I don't know that I would like the food there. Just, I don't know. Plus you got, I guess you got like Gonti out there, like the seedy underside of things, but Kaladesh would probably be an alright spot to be from. Eldraine also is maybe okay if you're in the kingdom. What am I doing? I gotta focus. We're trying to go 7 and... Oh my god, where's all my other... lands? Okay, what if I unearth you, activate you because I'm not attacking? There we go. All right. Strixhaven also would be good. I like academics. I was a resident assistant at college. I like being around students and learning and all that. I think Strixhaven would also be good. We haven't seen enough of the plane outside of the college itself, though. If you live there and... Okay, opponent found themselves in the trenches. Ooh. That's a problem. We don't have our shoot down. Gonna use the Bailoff here to try and buy us some time. And what do we think? Do I keep this from untapping? I guess that's a good use of our mana. I don't really want to get hit by a 4-2, and I don't want to trade off the Bailoff. Don't like Harry Potter. Well, I know that Strixhaven gets seen as the Harry Potter set, but the magical school has existed outside of Harry Potter. That's one version of it, but I don't think it's fair to say Strixhaven is just a copy of Harry Potter. There are other magical school type scenarios. Ooh. Ooh. The audacity on this. We finally get to cast Audacity. Wasn't that like our 3rd pick ever? And we've never actually got it to stick. Okay, they're gonna give up a token to stop a trampler. Very interesting. What do we do with our second main? I don't think we need a 3/3. Do we just hold up command? Or try to get another body out that also makes mana? I guess we just wait. Because we can do lesson or command. 3 damage to target tapped creature. Ugh, that's why they blocked. Okay. Well, this doesn't counter anything. Alright, you got me. You got my bail off. I get to draw a card. Percy Jackson. Like to be, if we had a Dominaria set based around Tolaria's University. I mean, that was kind of what Urza's Saga block was, kind of. I feel like that took place at the Academy. You saw Teferi as a student. Alright. Guess it's lesson time. And we will discard what? The worker? So opponent has a 5/5. So our 4/4 is not good enough. A 2/7, however, can block all day. A set based on events in the Bible. Bold. Oh no, our behemoth went to jail. Okay, so we're about to take 5 here, it looks like. But if we can draw another land, we can hopefully drop something pretty big. What are some unexplored plains? Ooh. We didn't draw land, but we got shoot down. We can blow up the prison sentence. We could blow up in the trenches. I mean, this is a good card. It makes everything more threatening, and they can use it to exile somebody. Don't know why I just tried to play the rock now. Yeah, that was not a good move. Okay. Well, it's fine. Totally fine. Hi, Ryan. My friend Cozy says hi. Oh, yes, we did a video together. That is true. I keep asking them if they want to do another one, and we have not yet found an opportunity to collaborate. But that was a fun time, and I would love to work with them again. Okay. All right, down to 8. We cannot afford any more mistakes here. We need to focus. There's a dig site. Okay. All right, they got 2 cards. We're gonna try for the bail-off. Try to gain some more life and get a blocker out. Okay, that buys us some time. And the sprite is probably just going to be a chump blocker on this 5/5. and then our next turn we'll have 7. And we could try to do our big guy. Not a whole lot of people like Karn. I think they don't like his cards. I think his cards are some of the most powerful in Magic, mostly because they're colorless and they can go in any type of deck, or, well, okay. They can work with any other color of cards, and so people have been able to make decks that can incorporate Karn at very little penalty because he's colorless, and that's like a huge Okay, that's fine. So if we destroy trenches, we get our Baloth back, which gets us another 4 life. Right? And, like, I'm fine with that. Because it's only exiled until trenches leaves the battlefield. So it's O-ring style thing. Okay, great. And now they've got themselves a little flyer. Oh, this isn't the one with reach. This is just a 3/3. That would gain us 3 more life. Is that worth doing? Or do we surveil? I guess we can surveil. Yep, use the removal on the trench. That's what we did. Okay, they got themselves a cohort. Cool. Yeah, that would have been a problem if they still had the trench. That's a lot of power and toughness on the battlefield. Alright, guess we're gonna try to trade. I feel like Auto Tapper did me dirty there. I could have kept up Urza's command. I wasn't really watching what it spent on shoot down. We're okay. Alright, surveil. Find something good. Don't think that's what I want. Oh, but I still get to play it anyway! Okay, so they have 2 mana left. We know they've got Scatter Rays. Ugh. What do we go for? Do we go for the Mindbreaker? Or play it safer and test them with this guy? Well, I mean, I guess if we're going to do that, we can actually even do this first. Okay, so... Oh, it might be because they have an activated ability. Sometimes you can tell if they have a card that's going to react, and I'm not going to put either of those in. Alright, so we still have 7. I want to see this Mindbreaker stick. Play it safe. No, we're going for it. This is the last game. Either we win this one and we've won all 7, or we lose this and we go 6-3, right? We're done playing safe. We had a mulligan. We're behind. We're on the draw. You don't become champion by playing it safe. Okay, they make that into a 4/4. Sure. I mean, I guess that gets to now block this, which is a little annoying. It's stuck, yep, and they don't seem to have removal for it. They are instead choosing to upgrade their 1/1 into a 4/4. And this guy says pay 5 and your creatures get bigger. Well, we're not blocking with that. Do we give up this to save ourselves 4 damage? Nah. Okay, we're at 8. They're about to lose 10 cards out of their deck. And then we could gain... Okay, do they block it, or do they just take 6? Because they're at 17. But staring at a screen for 5 hours on detention. Why are you in detention? What did you do? How do you feel about what you did? Okay. They have 3 mana open. Do we... try to gain some more life. Unfortunately, we are 1 shy of keeping the command up, but hey, that's cool. We're going to gain 6. That should be enough to keep us around for another turn. Oh no! Also actually fine. Next turn we can unearth that and peel away another 5 cards if we want. I have no idea. They pulled me out of class. That is not true. I do not believe that a teacher or principal just came and took you out of class and said you are now in detention and never explained to you why. That cannot be true. They might have given you a reason you didn't want to hear, but I don't believe that they would not tell you why you are in detention. Doesn't happen in academics. All right, opponent getting aggressive. We got some life to spare. We can block a lot of this stuff. They return cohort to their hand for some reason. Okay, great. We're in good shape. So, I mean, I guess we just unearthed this guy. Did it just use 3? Oh, I had to use 3 blue. Oh, I should have played an island. Okay. It's fine. Totally fine. I think we just attack with him. All right, they're down to 4 cards. Are we gonna... Now I kind of wish we had that millstone still. Okay. Can they kill us this turn? Creatures you control get +1. It's a lot of mana being spent for a little bit of extra damage. Dad mode activated. It's true. I mean, I have a 7-year-old daughter, and I have gotten pretty good at detecting where the truth may be and where it may not be. And as I mentioned, I was also a resident assistant in college. I'm pretty familiar with how schools do things. My mom is a teacher assistant at a local elementary school, so I have a hard time believing that they would just drag you by the ear down to detention and be like, sit here, and not ever explain why. They probably told you many times why this was coming. They probably told your parent or guardian that this was coming. Okay, we win. It's okay to go to detention. It happened to me once. I got in a fight. I didn't start the fight, but I ended it. And you cannot fight in school, whether you are the initiator or even in self-defense, as general policy. I don't feel great about it, but I don't know what I could have done differently. I think I was supposed to stand there and let this kid beat me up and not do anything. But I decided I was going to use my karate lessons to protect myself. That wound me up in detention. Happened one time. But I knew why I was there. I didn't agree with it, but I knew why I was there. What do we get? A loyal griff. Adorbs. Okay, we went 7-2. Let's take a look at the deck before we claim our prizes. One Punch Riot. Yeah, okay. Well, this happened. I'll tell you the story. Since you guys are all here with me hanging out. Right, Dad? You're fun. 6th grade, there was a kid named Tyrone Johnson, and I will name and shame because I'm a celebrity now. I can do that. I have spent years building up a reputation, and he came up behind me in the bathroom while I was finishing my business at the urinal, and he hit me in the back of the head and then grabbed me by the lapel of my shirt and threw me up against the wall. And he said, listen, you need to stop embarrassing me in class with how smart you are. That's what happened, okay? Because prior to that, in class, the teacher had asked some question and they called on Tyrone and he got it wrong. And I said, oh, no, it's whatever. And I answered, because I'm smartass and I study and I teacher's pet and all that, right? And I, sixth grade, I wasn't thinking of things in terms of like social elegance. I just wanted to be the one who got it right. Tyrone was very offended. He felt very shown up by that, didn't like it when, I embarrassed him. So he thought the best way to deal with that was to assault me in the bathroom when I was at my most vulnerable. I did not let him get away with that. I wrestled back. I got him into a bit of a headlock after I'd fixed my pants and everything. Dragged him back out into the hallway and to the classroom, and we kind of kicked in the door together, still roughhousing. And so I didn't, punch or hit back or anything. I tried to constrain him, subdue him, bring him to the teacher, and show him, that this is what was happening. And I explained to the teacher what had happened, and the teacher said, both of you are going down to the main office. I mean, that's how it works here. I don't know how, and so I had to walk from the sixth grade classrooms all the way down all the hallways. I had to pass fifth grade, fourth grade, third grade, and get down to the main office where the principal was waiting for us. And here, I mean, I am bearing my whole soul here, friends. I was terrified. I had never been in trouble before. I thought I was going to get expelled. I thought this is going on my permanent record. I thought I was never getting into college now. I was on the verge of tears, maybe even legit crying at that point. And so my teacher, awesome dude. I still love him to pieces. Mr. Hickey, sixth grade, total class act. He just had zero tolerance for bullshit, and he would not have kids fighting in his room, so he had to send us down to the office. Not mad at him. As I'm walking down as I'm leaving the room, Mr. Hickey picks up the classroom telephone and he makes a phone call. Now I assume he is calling the main office to let them know that two troublemakers are now. I think he staggered us out. I think he sent Tyrone down first and he had me wait a minute, so we're not walking down the hallway together. So Tyrone goes, I wait, he's on the phone, he tells me to go. I start walking, and at this point I'm just like losing my composure. And as I'm walking, I pass by fifth grade, I get to the fourth grade section of the hallway, and there is another teacher standing outside their classroom, also on the phone. This was back when the rooms had like the corded phone right by the door. So that teacher happened to be my fourth grade teacher, Mr. Bassage. And he was another excellent teacher, like the kind that they make movies about, right? Like one of the guys who like legit gets it. So I was very lucky to have him in fourth grade, very lucky to have Mr. Hickey in sixth grade. And so I'm walking by Mr. Bassage, and I'm feeling like the worst I've ever felt. I mean, sixth grade, your emotions are just all over the place. You don't really know who you are yet. And so I'm walking by the room. I'm like embarrassed out of my socks, and there's Mr. Bassage, who I respect so much, and I'm like, great, now he's gonna think I'm like the worst kid ever. He's gonna wonder where he went wrong. And so he's like on the phone, he's nodding and he turns and he looks at me and he says, Ryan, you're gonna be okay. And I just like took a moment and kind of composed myself. And looking back, I think now I understand Mr. Hickey probably called Mr. Bassage and said, I'm about to send, a student we both had right by you, and he's kind of in rough shape. And I think that's why he answered the phone and stepped out of the room, but I don't know. I never asked him about it. I don't know. But seeing a teacher, both of them care, like I know that they didn't want to send me to detention. And obviously I went on to do fine. Like, I'm not in handcuffs. I didn't go to jail. But at that moment, my world was topsy-turvy. And having two teachers there actually care and express concern and make sure I made it through the ultimate walk of shame all the way down to the office. And then I sit and I talk to the principal, and by then I had collected myself and I explained the story, and they say, okay, well, you're getting detention for sure because we can't have fighting. Although, again, like I said, I still don't know what I could have done different. But since I did fight back, there was some punishment. The punishment was I had to come in on a Friday afternoon and basically reorganize. Like, there was like a big stack of books in the library that needed to be resorted. And it was like just busy work, right? Like it wasn't chain gang labor, but it was a Friday and I was in 6th grade and I would have rather have been probably anywhere else. But like that happened, like that was my experience with detention. And I don't know why I just shared that all with you here today. We're looking at the Brothers' War, which is a nostalgic set full of flashbacks to a younger time. And I don't know, 30 years ago, almost 30, more than that, I was in 6th grade, getting picked on by the class bully. I stood up for myself, did my time, and learned a lot about what it meant to be a teacher and be a leader. And I think that had a really profound impact on me. Thank you, 69mega.com, for the porn links as I am sharing this dramatic story. And this is when the love for lore was born. I mean, that was it. That was, I don't know. Who you are is definitely a product of the experiences you have. And I have had some good experiences and some bad. And that is one that sticks with me to this day. And I try to live up to the example that those teachers lived. And I try to be somebody that they are still proud to know is their student. I don't think that they watch Magic Arcanum. I don't know that they still teach anymore. I mean, this was a long time ago. But that is something that I carry with me. So anyway, we just won with our mill deck, somehow milling out 2 people. So let's go through the deck real quick here just to wrap things up, because it's been a long stream. I don't usually do them this long. That's what she said. But here we are. The Courier was fine, like having a good 1-drop that we could trade in for a new card and then unearth and get another new card out of. Like, that was useful. Weak Stone Subjugation, not my favorite, but sometimes you need a way to stop a creature, although this one is tricky because it doesn't stop things like triggered abilities or activated abilities. It just really stops them from attacking or blocking. Audacity, we got to see, one time? But it's like a good, solid card. It is the Rancor of a new generation, and it works. The Sprite, our opponent was scared enough that they used some removal on a 2-drop. That's always good, and it's a great late-game mana sink if you have power stones. Prowler, I don't think we saw too much, but the flexibility of getting a land when you need to hit your 3rd and 4th land drop, or just making him into a bear and putting some other unearthed cards into your bin. I like this guy quite a bit. Very flexible. The Gift, probably, again, one of the better combat tricks. It really does everything. +1/+1 counter. It's not even just +1 till end of turn. It's a permanent counter. And then reach, trample, hexproof, indestructible. Like, that turns your creature into a bomb for like 1 turn. Stern Lesson, okay. I think if this was a sorcery, I would not play it at all. The fact that we could hold up mana and then do this at the end of turn to see some new cards and make a Power Stone going into the next turn is what makes it playable. But even then, it's like probably one of the weaker cards in our deck. Opportunist, probably one of the better ones. 3 mana, good body, good attack, making that extra Power Stone, bit of ramp there. Quite like that one a bit. I like the Opportunist way more than the Patrol. I don't think I'm ever really happy to play this, but sometimes you just need a 3/3 for 3. Battlethopter was cool every time it worked, but I don't think we really got too many good games with that. Tower Worker was mostly filler. I mean, again, it's unrestricted mana in a world with Power Stones, so that's useful. And the fact that it has a reach, I mean, people kind of forget about, but having a way to block little flyers, good. Command, once we learned how to use it correctly, I think it's pretty good. I don't know how early I would pick it in a draft again, but I liked it. The Spider is Nicole's thing, so I'm not going to touch that. Shoot Down is like premium removal. Like, it seems expensive and slow at 4 mana sorcery, but sometimes you just gotta play what you gotta play. And then the 2 Baloths were excellent. Gaining life is good. Our opponent can't make us discard them. And a 4 mana 4/4 is fine body for the price. The rocks were also good. I'm glad we had two of the Baloths and 2 of the rocks. Flashing in a decent sized flyer that also ramps you. Happy to do it. This was our pack one, and it's like fine. It was a decent blocker, and the unearth was relevant like once or twice, and the land thing kind of works good with the Prowler, but otherwise I wouldn't try to build around this. And then we get to the big things. The Mindbreaker was super cool, and I wish I had thought to sacrifice it and then flash it back in that one game where it would have really mattered, but fine. Boulder Branch, gaining some life, flexible sizes, 4 mana 3/3 gain 3, or 7 mana 6/5 gain 6. I like both of those. Never drew this idiot, and I think we only saw this once or twice, but this is another good one. A 5 mana 3/5 with reach and trample, 10 mana 10/10 reach and trample. Both modes are great. And then the lands was just the basics and the 2 dig sites. I almost cut us down to one of these, and then I got talked into putting both in, and I think there were a couple of games where we ended up using both each turn cycle, so I don't think we won those games, but hey, it happens. That was the deck. This pile went 7-2, and I don't know how, but it did. So let's see what our prizes are. 2,200 gems and 6 packs of the Brothers War. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Should we open this? Open on stream? Did you win? I'm like so far behind on chat now because I was telling my story about getting beat up in school, and I haven't read any of this, but I'll read it all later. I gotta wrap this up. I gotta eat lunch, and then my daughter's gonna be home from school any minute, so I got some house cleaning to do still. Okay, we opened a hulking metamorph. This guy's pretty sweet looking art. Don't know if it's any good. Liquid metal coating. And a Lauren of the Third Path. I like this. It's Reclamation Sage, but like better. I like that one a lot. Oh, somebody is what is happening in the chat? I can't even make sense of that. Okay. Our rare is Drafna. Okay, cool. Another legend. I like collecting these. Maybe there's some commander decks in the future. I don't know. What's the best card in this set? What should I be hoping to open? Urza, Mishra? Those are cool. I haven't seen anyone do anything with this Saheeli Planeswalker yet. Kyla's Reconstruction. I talk about that in the latest video. What else happens in the Brothers War? Make sure you go watch that one if you haven't already. It's pretty good, pretty good. A flask that just turns your lands into other lands. I don't get it. And a Felded. What are we, 3 for 3 on legendary rares? That's pretty sweet. It's like they knew I would be opening these packs. And then a Siege Veteran. Okay, well that's a soldier, does soldier stuff. Beginning of combat, put a 1/1 counter on a creature. So it's kind of like the Luminarch Aspirant, but more expensive and less good. But like Aspirant is maybe too good, so maybe that's like a fair version of that effect. I don't know. Legions to Ashes. Exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls and all tokens with the same name as that permanent. I don't think I knew this card was in this set, but okay. That's kind of like a board wipe if they have a bunch of tokens. And I guess there's lots of ways to make soldier tokens. So that's kind of a neat card. I don't know how highly I would draft it. I mean, it's a rare. And then there's the other Lauren. And Hercule! Look at all these rare legends. Oh my god, this is great. This is going right into my Naban Wizards deck, probably. Although that doesn't have a lot of non-creature spells. That's mostly just wizards with Enter the Battlefield ability, so maybe she doesn't go in there. And then just a Dom United pack that I think I got from the Mastery track, just for fun. I should have all these. Ooh, Leyline Binding. Okay. That's it. That is our celebration of Brothers War. Thank you all so much for being here, hanging out with me today. I've had a lot of fun. I think my voice is starting to go. That's like 4 hours something of straight talking and drafting and jamming games and sharing stories. That's what we're all about. Magic Arcanum is the stories behind the cards. And I couldn't do it without you guys here for support and encouragement. So make sure you watch What Happens in the Brothers War, the companion for, or What Else Happens in the Brothers War, the companion for What Happens in the Brothers War. Those two videos cover everything that happened in the set, and it is a huge set, so I'm glad we got to make some videos to talk about that. Next Friday is Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. So here in America, in case you're not from around here, we celebrate Black Friday. I think I'm going to be streaming again that day. I'm going to kind of take that week off after doing 2 giant set recap videos. I just want to take a little break and not do a scripted thing. But I think next Friday we'll be back. Maybe we'll do some mono black constructed decks for Black Friday. Maybe we'll patch up some brawl decks and do that. Or maybe we'll do another draft. I don't know. But if you want to be a part of it, be here on Friday, a week from today. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Make sure you like everything you see here. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the great stories you'll only find on Magic Arcanum. And we'll see ya.